Hey, thanks for taking a second here to take a look at this investment opportunity. Now, right up front, I do want to tell you that this investment opportunity does have a close date of next Tuesday at the close of market. So if you are moving forward with this, we've got to have money in the brokerage account by close of market on Tuesday. So the pressure is on a little bit. I apologize for the hard pressure, but it is what it is. It's the close date. Now, here's what's going on. We're working here with what's called a structured note. Okay. Now, a structured note, you can think of it kind of like a CD, where when you put money into a CD, that CD has a maturity date on it of, let's say, 5 years down the road. And when that CD matures, you get a certain interest rate. Okay. A structured note is built similar to that. A bank puts this together. And what the structured note does is it has a maturity date on it of 5 years down the road, but instead of it being an interest-bearing note, it uses an underlying benchmark of some sort, okay? Now, in the case of this structured note, the benchmark that we're using is two different ticker symbols, XLE and XLP. And what we're trying to say is sometime between right now and 5 years from now, we believe that the pricing of those ticker symbols will go up in value. Okay, so we're not investing directly into them. We're making the projection that at some point in the next 5-year period, those will go up in value. Okay, so we're looking at this bucket of energy and consumer staples. Okay, we believe that energy is deeply discounted. We believe that consumer staples will go up over the next 5-year period. And when we're ready to get out of this structured note, we don't have to hold it for 5 years. But when we believe that the value is sufficient for us, we will pull out of this. And here's what happens. When we get out of this, whatever the worst performing is of those two ticker symbols, we get to take that return at a multiple of 4.3x. Okay, so again, we use those underlying benchmarks, and then we get to take the 4.3x return on whatever is going on there. It's pretty amazing to see what is happening internally with this. Now, the reason we're able to get that kind of return is due to, with that 4.3 multiple on it, is due to the underlying benchmarks. We're using derivatives, or the product, better said, is using derivatives and option contracts in order to get that kind of a multiple. Okay, now here are a couple of risks for you to be aware of. Number one is default risk. BNP Paribas, a large bank, or banks in general, are what puts these structured notes together. If that bank goes out of business, then the structured notes are at risk of just being taken off the books. Okay, so you could lose your money if that bank goes out of business. Okay, so that's risk number one. Risk number two is what is called a barrier, or a downward risk to the product. Now, if during the 5-year period we don't get out of the structured note, at the end of the 5-year period, there is a timestamp that is taken on the pricing. Okay, so from beginning to end, it's benchmark at the beginning, benchmark at the end. At the end, if the markets are down, then what happens at that point in time is you get a return of your capital. And you get a return of your capital all the way up to a negative 20%. When we break through that barrier, then you have to take whatever the downturn is at that point in time. Okay, so if the markets are down negative 21% of those two ticker symbols, then you take the negative 21%. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now, again, this is a pretty cool product to be using, especially during volatile times. So that's why we're trying to take advantage of this structured note and other structured notes. But this one specifically closes on Tuesday. So they're raising capital for it right now, and these wrap up really quickly. So on Tuesday is when this closes. So if you are interested, please let me know. Message me, email me. Let's figure out how to get going with this. And again, this information right here in this video, this is for educational purposes right here. This is not, I'm not necessarily just recommending this to everyone. So let's talk through it. Make sure it is suitable for you to be getting into it at this point in time. And hopefully it is. I mean, it's a pretty cool opportunity that we're looking at here. But anyways, let me know. I'm here, I'm available, and let's get going. Thanks.